Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Ms. Shagufta Ibrahim is here with your social studies new chapter, Decline of Mughal Empire. The Mughal Empire we have done in previous term, midterm. Now we will do how this Mughal Empire, the largest Muslim empire in the subcontinent, became to an end. The Mughal, first we will recap what we have done about the beginning of the Mughal rulers. Babur 1526 to 1530, Humayun 1530 to 1556, Akbar 1556 to 1605. About 50 years he ruled over the subcontinent, and Akbar brought the Mughal empire at its peak. Shah Jahan 1628 till 58 and Aurangzeb 1659 till 1707. Introduction of Mughals. The Mughal rulers governed India for more than 200 years. They reformed government, encouraged artistry, and tried to unite their subjects. The last Mughal emperors allowed the empire to break apart. However, as a result, the Mughal Empire came to an end and India came under the British control. The Mughals were a Muslim dynasty that lasted for 7 generations. The Mughal Empire began with the Babur in 1526, and Babur and other rulers brought the harmony between different communities like Muslims and Rajput and Hindus, and they encouraged learning and culture also, and they did whatever was in favor of the unity of all the communities in the subcontinent. So they made the policies which were for the welfare of the people as well as for the welfare of the state. Look at this map. The map shows the empire 1525 Baburs. The blue line shows the empire of Babur from Kabul to Lahore. He spread his empire. Then added in 1605, Akbar brought it from Kabul to Harissa, Bengal, and Calcutta. Also, Akbar expanded the empire from Kabul. It means from Afghanistan to Bengal, Orissa, Bengal, or Bihar. Then added by Aurangzeb also. Aurangzeb fought so many wars for capturing the territories and added so many territories in the subcontinent in the Mughal Empire. So this color shows the addition of different territories by Aurangzeb. So the whole subcontinent came under the rule of Mughal Empire from Afghanistan, Iran, Persia, all till Sri Lanka and here up to the Bengal. So Mughals expanded their empire by capturing different territories. But as the Mughal Empire was brought at its peak by Akbar and others, after the Aurangzeb's era, 1707, it also became to an end. And declining of Mughals began in 1707, fall of Mughal Empire. The Mughal Empire, which had reached its zenith during the rule of Shah Jahan and his son, began to decline after the rule of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb is basically blamed for the declining of Mughal Empire for his strict Sharia policies. In fact, the decline began during the last days of Aurangzeb. There were many causes for the downfall of the great dynasty. Let's view the causes which brought the Mughal Empire to an end. These are the causes. Aurangzeb's religious policies, as we have done in the previous term, about the Aurangzeb's strict policies, then weak successors, no definite law of succession, poor economy, rise of new power, and coming of the Europeans and foreign invasion. Now we will discuss these points in detail. Weak successors. The successors of Aurangzeb were both weak and incompetent. The later Mughals spent more time in their harems and in pleasure and soon lost control of the state. The successor or the upcoming rulers of after the Aurangzeb became pleasure loving. They were not interested in running the administration of the state. They became pleasure loving and wealth loving, and they spent their life in luxuries, and they became very incompetent and weak. So this was the main reason for the declining of Mughal Empire. Aurangzeb's religious policies, which are blamed basically for the declining of Mughals, demolishing temples and breaking idols, imposition of jizya, discriminatory toll for removal of the Hindus from government jobs and conversion through different means. This was the strict Sharia policy imposed by the Aurangzeb. He banned alcohol, dancing, singing, and also imposed jizya tax on the non-Muslims. And discrimination was at its peak for the non-Muslims. And he also demolished the temples and churches in his empire. Aurangzeb could not tolerate non-Muslims in his empire. So it was the reason for the hatred from Hindus and Rajput side for the Muslims. Aurangzeb's religious policies resulted in the weakening the entire structure of the Mughal Empire. It led to several conflicts and wars in different parts of the country. So his religious policies were very strictly imposed on the Muslims as well as for non-Muslims also. It led to several conflicts and wars in different parts of the country. No definite law of succession. After the death of Aurangzeb's death, jealousy grew between his 17 sons, grandsons, and great grandsons as they tried to grab the wealth and power. There was a war, there was a fight for the for capturing the throne. There was no specific or definite law of succession, but the successors would have to fight a war, and the victor would get the throne. So they would have to fight many wars. They fought many wars to capture or to grab the power and wealth from the rulers of the state. So after the death, 17 battles for the succession in which large number of capable soldiers, princes and nobles were killed. The loss of these men further weakened the royal family and empire. Poor economy. The economic stability of empire was ruined because of the constant wars. Some of the wars did not add even an inch to the Mughal empire. Besides this, the Mughals refers spent lavishly on buildings and monuments. Finally, the foreign invasion and completely shattered the economy. So economy was ruined during after the death of Aurangzeb, because so many wars were fought for grabbing or capturing the throne or power or wealth. And a lot of country, a lot of empires' wealth was spent on these wars. So economy was completely ruined because of these wars, and there a lot of expenditures on the wars. So the treasure of the empire was spent totally on the wars. Rise of new power. New power such as the Sikh, Jat and Marathas came onto the scene. Gradually, they broke off from the Mughal domination and established their own independent state. So, because of the strict Sharia policies imposed by Aurangzeb, and hatred was arose among different communities. So Sikh, Marathas, and Hindus gradually broke off from the Mughals, and they took the power in their hands. Coming of Europeans. Europeans, especially the British, played an important role in putting an end to the Mughal Empire. They first obtained a free man to trade with India, but gradually began interfering in Indian policies and gradually set up a British Empire in India that lasted for 200 years. So, in British came on the name of trade in the subcontinent, but they gradually captured the different states of the subcontinent, and at last they became the ruler of the subcontinent and ruled for over 200 years over the subcontinent. Foreign invasion. Invasion means capturing any territory by force. So, foreign invasion was another reason for the declining of Mughal Empire. The invasions of Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali proved destructive for the Mughal Empire. Not only were the Indians defeated, but their weakness was exposed, and India became as an easy prey to other foreign powers too. So Nadir Shah's attack exposed this uh, Mughals were the weak defenders. They could not defend their empire from the foreign invasion. So others also got the chance for invasion. Later Mughal, these rulers were the successor of Aurangzeb, which were totally weak and incompetent after the Bahadur Shah, after Aurangzeb. Bahadur Shah, Zafar, Jahandar Shah, Farrukh Shayar, Muhammad Shah, Ahmad Shah, Alamgir II, Shah Alam, Akbar, and Bahadur Shah II from 1817 till 57, and 57 after the war of independence British declared their rule over the subcontinent. Did you know the period of great Mughals which began in 1526 with Babur's accession to the throne ended with the death of Aurangzeb in 1707. When Aurangzeb died, the empire of the Mughals was the largest in India. This is the activity time. Do these questions in your copy and complete all your assignments and worksheets on time and submit your homeworks on time, because your homeworks will be marked, and these marks will be included in your midterm exams. So please be regular in attending the Zoom classes and submitting your assignments on time. So that's all for today's class. We will meet inshallah in next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.